Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
All right, man. This song says, this is annoying. It also says it's time for Life Coach. You need to give me a call or email lifecoach@KZOK.com. That's if you want to send a thing via email. Lifecoach@KZOK. KZOK. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Let's go to the phones and start with, is it Trina in Marysville? Trina in Marysville. How are you?
I'm good, Danny. How are you?
I'm well. What can I do for you?
Well, I was wondering if my friendship can be saved. I was 17 and she was 16.
Yeah.
And I'm now 52. She's 51. And she lied to me about having breast cancer.
Right.
After I lost a really good friend of 27 years.
So your friend died and then she made it up that she had breast cancer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's really weird, but if you ask me, can my friendship be mended? The answer is yes. There's a thing, you probably heard about Van Munchen disease by proxy or Van Munchen disorder by proxy. That's the popular one that people have heard about. If you just take it to Van Munchen disorder, that's what your friend has. If she has anything, that's what she has, and it's not rare. I will tell you this, since I've been on the phone with you, I have thought of two people I know that have done this. My ex-wife, her very best friend in the world, her very best friend in the world, when we met him over 20 years ago, was HIV positive. Oh, I don't know, maybe 20 some odd years into this relationship. I didn't have my doubts. Why would you have your doubts? But something came up to give me doubts, and I checked. And he's been lying to everybody about this. Oh, I've been corrected, by the way. It's Munchausen, not Van Munchausen. That's cool. It's Munchausen, not Van Munchausen. But anyway, I know a guy up close and personal that did this. A lot of people. This is not rare. It wouldn't have a name for it if it wasn't. If it was rare. There's a name for it because people do this. So it depends on how much you value the friend. But when she told you what happened, does she know that you know that she was lying?
Yes.
And where do you stand right now with this person?
I'm not talking to her right now. I need a little bit of space because it's only been like 5 weeks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you might want to look into it. She might have a fairly serious disorder that is making her do this. I mean, there's something to be gained from it. A guy in Philadelphia, I was telling you, I could think of two. There was a guy in Philadelphia. I met him. Couldn't have been more fun. He got to be friendly with my mom somehow. I think he fixed her computer. And all of a sudden he was telling us he's dying. And we believed him for a very long time. And after a little while, I'm thinking, well, you need to die soon for me to be believed. Turns out he was a con man, and that's what he used. I don't think he has Munchausen. I think he's a con man. But it's not rare. So if you want to forgive your friend, you can. And she might not be able to help herself. So I think if the friendship is of value to you, I think you need to check in your heart what you can do. But it is up to you to forgive her or not. And like I said, you just called me up, and in 3 seconds, I knew of two people who had done it in my life. So thank you very much for the call, Trina, and good luck on that.
If you've got a question for the life coach, the number to call is 800-252-1025. Any kind of problem you have, he can help you because he has been through it all.
I have.
And look where he is now.
How many of you guys got friends, good friends, that tell you they're HIV positive? Nope, that's me.
And are lying about it.
Well, totally lying, man. It's like, I don't know.
I mean, like you said, it's a disorder.
Weird dude. And a great,
disorder.
I'll tell you, aside from that, great guy. I don't know why he did that.
So call now if you've got a question for the life coach, 800-252-1025. You can also email lifecoach@KZOK.com. We've got an email here from Angie in Issaquah. She writes, I moved in with my boyfriend a few months ago. I had second thoughts at the time. And then the other day, a thought came to my head, and I said to my boyfriend, I got to move out. He was shocked and hurt. I probably should have discussed my concerns before dropping this bombshell, but I really thought we could continue the relationship and just live on our own. So I want to move out and continue being boyfriend-girlfriend. He doesn't think so. He doesn't think this will work and is feeling betrayed. Do you see a future for us after I move out?
No. To be honest with you, I know that I can't always give you the answer that I believe that you're looking for, but I think before you moved in, and I might have cautioned you, depending on what you said to me when we were talking, I'm going to move in with my friend Danny, what do you think? I might have cautioned you, don't do that. I don't believe that you're ready. But once you've crossed that line of, hey, I would like to live together with you, we will commingle our things and our food in the refrigerator, and you'll cook on Wednesdays, I'll cook on Fridays. Once you've done that, you can't go flying backwards, I don't think. What you're saying to your boyfriend is, hey, we jumped the ship, if you will, and I wasn't prepared to be this close to you. It's not just I wasn't able to live with you. I was watching one of my favorite shows, House Hunter, yesterday, and the wife in this show, they're the first time they ever lived together, and the wife kept saying, well, I might need a place to be alone. And then it was very important to the husband. He kept saying to the realtor, well, she does need a place to be by herself. And this is a disastrous relationship. Why does she, it shouldn't be a prevalent thing. I need my alone space. Just moving in, you're a young couple in their 20s. Now, if you weren't prepared to live with him when you did, you're never going to be able to live with this guy. And it might have been the best call. I'm not saying it was a terrible thing. It might be a great call and very wise and mature of you to realize, I don't want to live here. It's early on. I'm sorry if you're going to get your feelings hurt, but I need to do what's right with me. So you may have done the right thing, but I don't think you're going to go back. And if you do, I don't think it'll work out.
If you've got a question for the life coach, 800-252-1025. Call that number now. Any kind of problem, he can help you. Just make the call. And remember, if you need to lie about your name, you can. Be Becky, be Steve, be John, or
Beelzebub's a great name.
That's a great name.
Be Liam. Will's doing it.
Yeah.
That's right. Or you can email lifecoach@KZOK.com. Now, Kay in Seattle sent an email. My best friend and I have been friends for nearly 8 years, and about 2 months ago, we started hooking up. But it's more than that. Cuddling, lunches, everything. Now, things would be amazing, but here's the catch. He's engaged.
Oh.
You're an ass.
Even though I knew he was engaged, I have fallen completely in love with him. What do I do?
You know what? All's fair in love and war. I would love to tell you, you're a terrible human being. Back off this guy. What are you doing to his fiance? All of those things stand true. Having said that, there's very few constants I have on the life coach segment, but one of them would be follow your heart. I always say, a guy can call up, I'm in love with this guy and this girl and we're doing this. We like to hang from chandeliers and stuff. And at the end, I go, well, all really weird, but follow your heart. I would say if you really think you're fully in love with this guy, follow your heart. Now that we all know you're going to follow your heart, you need to find out what you're going to do about his fiance. Are you going to make an effort to not hurt her feelings? After all, she did nothing to you. But I want you to think about this. There's a great expression, if he'll do it for you, he'll do it to you. Are you ever going to feel safe with this guy? If he does break up with her 3 years from now, are you going to feel safe with him? Or are you going to wonder where he is? That's the time you used to spend snuggling with him. So I would say really check this guy. Find out how you feel about hurting this girl's feelings, because you're gonna, and it's important. But if you pick doing it, and you can, you don't know her. Your responsibility is to you. If you really believe this is the right thing to do, you should follow your heart, but you should see what kind of damage you're doing to the other girl. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate the email.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like that's going to end well.
No, this is all going to go. I think it's going to end for both of them. But I think what's going to happen, he's going to break up with his fiance for her. And then one of these two is going to break up with each other just because nobody's ever going to feel that safe again.
Questions for the life coach. All you need to do is call 800-252-1025. Olivia in Puyallup, you're on with Danny.
Hey, Olivia, what's up?
Hey, what do you know about PTSD?
Actually, a fair amount. Why? What can I do for you?
Well, a heroin addiction too is important.
Right.
Do you know about that?
Yes, I do. Great deal.
Okay, good. Because I think you're a life coach in this.
I appreciate that. What's your question?
My son, he's been sick.
Right.
I've been trying to get him help.
All right, he's been sick as in either coming off dope, being on dope, or completely
I think
non-related.
coming off of it.
Okay, so he's
But,
dope sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he wanted to get help and stuff. It just, sometimes it's a long wait to get.
Have we tried
help.
methadone?
He's tried a lot, but we've had a lot going on here at the house.
So that's going to be a no to the methadone.
No, he hasn't even gotten there yet, but he's good now. See, I just got him to the doctors. He's got an infection of some sort, and I finally got some.
Is he an IV drug user?
He was, yes.
Well, it's not a shock that he's got an infection. He stabs himself with needles that are usually in pretty bad shape. Where's the infection? In his body or on the outside?
Well, he went to the doctors yesterday.
Right.
Okay. So now I went to he got treated, and I got some money for him so he could go see the doctor.
You're not putting money in this kid's hand, are you?
Huh?
You're not putting money in his hand. Good, don't.
No, honey, he's sick.
Right, but I'm saying if you think he's going to get well, and I believe that he is, the last thing you want to do for this guy is go, hey, you need to go get well. Here's some cash. Let's not give a guy that's jonesing and dope sick cash money. You might need to take him to these places. So is he? I asked you if he's on methadone. Is he on Suboxone?
No, he's not on anything, honey. He's not yet.
And how long has he been clean?
I'm not sure. About a month.
About a month. I will tell you this: if he's clean for a month, I would not recommend at this point introducing any of those things. If he can make it the month, let's not anything. Great as methadone is, although I don't hear wonderful things about methadone, or Suboxone's a great pill or great medicine that will block opiates. That's what really. Let's not interview with this guy if he's already clean a month. How are you going to keep him clean?
Well, I can't keep him clean,
No,
but
you
we
can't.
can help him get help with the doctors or medicine to fix any kind of. But that's the help that we need for him.
Okay, but it wouldn't hurt. I'm going to recommend highly that he goes to NA Narcotics Anonymous meetings. They are very beneficial, and I think you got to get the two. You're going to do the two best things. Go to a real live medical doctor. Go to your doctor, and also go to NA meetings. And I think this kid's got a real shot. I appreciate that call, Olivia. Thanks.
I've got an email here, which is a follow-up. See if you remember this caller. It was just a couple of weeks ago. Don in Seattle called up and said that his housekeeper asked him to co-sign for tires.
Yep.
And so he did and gave her $200, and then she vanished.
Right.
It was his housekeeper. She vanished, and you
Disastrous decision, by the way.
You said that, but you also said something probably happened and track her down, and that your advice was, that she probably had something happen that why she has disappeared.
Yeah, she sounded like she was, if I'm remembering correctly, she sounded like she was a decent human being and worked hard for you. Maybe she didn't steal a couple $100 and vanish.
Right.
Maybe somebody vanished her. Maybe there were things beyond her control.
Well, Don in Seattle has written to say, yes, you were right.
I'm always right.
He said he knew that her mother was a reference, so she called her mother.
Smart man.
And the mother said, well, this housekeeper ran into more bad luck. Her boyfriend returned just long enough to take her car and crash it. This made her late for her probation appointment, so she got tossed in jail. You were right, Danny. She didn't take a powder, but I will probably go back to cleaning my own house now.
Good for you. Because, by the way, this is a terrible way to lead your life, but everybody is this fragile. Before you get involved in somebody else's life, look at your own, look at your kids, look at your husband, look at your wife. If things are on a kind of a narrow strip, if you're on a razor blade of security, think, is it a good time to get involved with somebody else's life? Maybe not. And for co-signing, I won't even co-sign for my kids. Never co-sign. God bless you that you did. But it's nice to know, I guess. I could tell when I talked to him that he kind of had a feeling for her. She was a good lady and his housekeeper. And I'm, in a way, I hate to say it, kind of glad to find the news that she didn't take a powder, that this was beyond her control. Hey, that's all the time we have for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach right now. Life Coach is brought to you by Goldberg Jones, Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.